What I do, perfect example is one gentleman that I ran into at the Watermelon Festival this past weekend. Of all things, I was tabling with the Young Dems, so we're sitting there, and he comes walking by, and super funny, great big guy, typical conservative hat, whole bit, and he's carrying a Chihuahua, and I just struck up a conversation with him because we happen to have a Chihuahua too. And we're sitting there talking, and he takes a look and he scans, all the signs around. He's like, "Yeah, I don't think we're going to have much to talk about beyond the dog." And I'm like, "Well, why not?" He's like, "I'm a conservative." And I'm like, "Well, that doesn't mean we can't talk. That's the whole point. If we can't, then that's the problem."
Yeah.
All right, well, fine. Tell me what you're about. And I start listing stuff off. And a lot of the things that are on my platform, like some of the big things for me, especially at the federal level, are trying to end Citizens United, trying to get dark money out of politics, trying to prevent sitting legislators from trading while they're in office, putting moratoriums on lobbying afterwards. It's doing things that make sense to everyone. And it's actually stuff that at the federal level, that's a nonpartisan issue. This is a thing of this is simply how we should be handling stuff. Um, and he's sitting there and he's nodding his head and he's nodding his head, and he's like, "Yeah, but I just, you know, you're a Democrat, and just no matter what, I just believe that life starts at conception." And I looked at him and I said, "Well, that's fine. But what you're talking about is something that we've already determined is a states' rights issue. You and I, right here and right now, can disagree on that fundamentally. But are you telling me that just because we disagree on that, you disagree with me on every other platform position on how we need to actually turn this around? You disagree with me on the need for de escalation for the war in Iran. We need to disagree on everything else. That this one thing is enough to prevent everything else." And I I watched his face get so scrunched up because he had to wrestle with the fact that he literally had to come down on, like, how much is this one thing? If this is where we differ, and it's not something where I'm trying to change your mind, I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong. I'm saying you're absolutely right. We are going to differ on this. But as it stands right now, that's an issue that we have set aside. That has been sent back down to the states. That is not a current federal issue. Is that truly enough for you to decide you can't vote for a Democrat?